thanks to the support as a channel member, Mark. I can't say your full name because I think it'll get the video suppressed in the algorithm. Here we go then, boys and girls. The biggest match of FM26 so far. So, of course, I have dressed for the occasion. One slight problem. Could not find a red tie in my wardrobe at all. I'm not wearing Spurs colours. This is just the only suit that is in my size and the only tie I could find. We did move house a year ago. I think I've lost all my ties. And it is, of course, the Champions League final. Not just any Champions League final, a North London Derby Champions League final. Since the last episode, I have played through the final few matches of the Premier League season. Everything went well until we rotated on the last day and got beaten by Crystal Palace. Hopefully that doesn't cost us form-wise and morale-wise for the big game. We ended up finishing 10 points behind Liverpool. That is very much a problem for next season because I would quite like to win the Premier League before Non-League to Legend starts on the 4th of November. I only have time for one more season. We've got to win the Premier League next year. Spurs finished 12 points behind us, and they are slightly behind us in the form table as well. When I had a look at that before, if I can remember how to look at, there you go. There's the form table. So, although he says they're slightly behind us, I don't think the form table's working properly. Actually, if we sort by form, yeah, you can't sort by form. Okay. There's the... Oh, fiddlesticks. That's not ideal. Right, let's go and play them, shall we? I have, because it is Champions League final, switched to extended highlights and turned on the dynamic highlights thing that is one of the new features of FM26. I've not been using it in my videos normally because it does make some of the matches quite long, but obviously it's a one-match episode. It's an important match, so let's explore together how dynamic highlights work as part of this Champions League final. And it is a Champions League final we're going to have to go into without some of our star players. New goalkeeper Diogo Costa, injured. He's going to be on the bench. We've also got an injury to Miles Lewis-Skelly. So he's going to be down on the bench. Club captain, in fact, Lewis-Skelly not even fit to play at all. He failed a fitness test. Club captain Declan Rice, also not fit to play. We've got him on the bench just for his leadership, but he also failed a fitness test. So it's not the 11 I would want to put out there. It is Raya in goal, a back four of Timber at left back, Gabriel Saliba and Ben White coming in at right back. It might be the first time we've seen him in a video because he's very much part of the second string back four normally, but with Calafiori going back in the January transfer window and Hincapié also having an injury, we have no option but to move Timber over to left back. So Timber left back, White at right back, Tchouaméni and Zubimendi in midfield, no Declan Rice in there. And then it's Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, Odegaard in behind Ramos. Ramos gets the starting spot purely on form over the course of the season. Obviously, Gyökeres does have 21 goals, but Ramos has been in phenomenal form and, of course, was very good in the last episode as well. Mason Mount will probably also feel a little bit hard done by not to be in the starting 11 along with Gyökeres. But you know what? We need some game changers on the bench, and we've got Gyökeres, we've got Eze, we've got Mount, we've got players who can come on and turn the match on its head if need be. And my concern is it might be needed because that is, I mean, I guess even at the start of the season, in real life, you could have argued that's Arsenal's first choice back four and goalkeeper. But obviously, it's not how our save has gone on. And yeah, I'm a little bit worried because Spurs do have some good wide players. And as we've discussed at length previously, the key to FM26 seems to be winning those battles in the wide areas. And there is a question mark over Ben White with Johnson, Kudus, Porro and Udogie as the players who are going to be occupying those flanks for Spurs. I worry a little bit that Timber's out of position. Martinelli might be not quite of the level as the other wingers mentioned. And White potentially is a weak point as well. Too slow, as you can see. And then, of course, add into that no Declan Rice in midfield and a Victor Gyökeres who's not quite recaptured his pre-injury form. And I'm getting my excuses in ready. I emphasise, though, not wearing Spurs colours. This is a red tie. You just can't see it right. You might want to get your computer fixed. Right, Gabriel plays it forward to Zubamendi. Zubamendi to Odegaard. Odegaard into Martinelli. This is a lovely move. Martinelli squares it for Ramos, who forces the save out of Vicario, and we've got a corner. And because we're playing on dynamic and extended highlights, this is all very new for me. I have no idea how, obviously, usually when we see a highlight, we've got a fair idea there's going to be something happen at the end of it because we play on key highlights, and usually, especially if it's a high scoring game, you can get matches where pretty much every highlight is a goal. I'm going to be getting very overexcited for no reason at various points of this match, I am afraid. Right, Martinelli skims his fullback again. He's got a point to prove after I said he might not be as good as Brennan Johnson, which is fair, to be honest. Odegaard trying to slot the ball back across and fails, and it's Spurs looking for a counter-attack of their own. Big ball over the top to Kolo Muani. But we have, or I was going to say we forced him wide. He's let it run wide, and then White comes in, wins the ball off of him, and then quite sloppily gives away a corner when he could have probably played it out for a throw on this near side. So it's going to be Porro taking the corner for Spurs. Saliba heads clear, but it's only gone as far as Johnson, who now probably feels like he has a point to prove after I just dissed him. A doggy with the shot, but Saliba gets it clear. It comes out to Siemens. Is it Siemens? I don't know. Don't need to know. He's a Spurs player. Why do I need to know how to say his name? Irrelevant. Right. 6 minutes in, and we've got a goal kick, and it's going to be Raya, who, of course, lost his place back in January, never really regained it. Will want to put in a performance today. He is off to the World Cup. He's one of a number of players who've been selected for his national team for the World Cup. Ben White did miss out for England. Mason Mount has made it into England's World Cup squad, though, which is very exciting. Odegaard, ball over the top. I thought he was looking for Ramos. It's actually ended up with Saka. Tchouaméni lays it off to White. And now Saka's gone in field, but White finds him anyway. And now Saka pulling back out to the right-hand side, lays it back to Tchouaméni, who plays it into Odegaard, back to Tchouaméni again, who shoots from range. It's a great effort. And Vicario, once again, pushing it behind for a corner that Saka is going to take. We haven't really got our set pieces firing the Arsenal way yet in this save. As demonstrated there, we've gone far post. Vicario's collected it quite comfortably, and I do think I need to spend a little bit more time having a play around with the set piece creator, because we've not been able to reproduce some of the heroics that we had in FM24. But tactically, I feel like a lot of the tactical stuff from FM24 does kind of still work in FM26. So you would think we should be able to get those corners up and running. I haven't spent a huge amount of time on it, but I might do if we lose this as a result of not scoring our set pieces. Right, Raya took ages there and then has decided just to lump it forward, and it ends up in midfield with Zubamendi and now Odegaard, and he plays it off to Zubamendi again, and now Timber coming up from that playmaking left-back position. White's looking for the overlap on Saka. Saka instead decides to hit the ball into the face of a man in the crowd about 18 rows back, which, I mean, if that's the Spurs end, that's fair enough. Put them in their place. Well, good work, Bukayo. Right, 15 minutes in. We do seem to have had the best of the chances. We've got a long throw now. Another thing I've not really managed to get working. They all do that. That's useless. There's no point doing a long throw if everyone you do is just the person who receives it giving it back to the throw-in taker. We need to be getting flick-ons going, and I don't know how to force them once we've got the long throw to the right player, which is happening most of the time. How do we then get them to flick it on? Because at the moment, it's just a waste of time. White playing it forward to Saka, because all we've got with those long throws is Gabriel as a centre-back having to cross in off of his weak foot with Saliba in the middle. So we've got no defenders, and the two players trying to lead the attack in a way that doesn't suit them are our two centre-backs. So I guess if that's how we're going to do the long throws, we may as well have a winger or a full-back taking the throw, so at least when the eventual cross does come in, it's not as useless. Right, Martinelli received the ball from Timber, and that's now back with Zubamendi, and Martinelli again plays it into Zubamendi, who's got, he gives it back to Martinelli again. This is lovely work between those two, and I think we've got another corner this time on that far side, and it's going to be Saka looking for an outswinger this time. Of course, we've got no Declan Rice to take the inswinger. He's gone short to Odegaard, back to Saka again, and back to Odegaard again. There's calls for offside, and the flag is up. And those two gentlemen should be smarter than that and know that you can't do that because you will be offside, you pair of silly gooses. Right, Spurs getting things underway again from the free kick as a result of that offside, and Kolo Muani's come a little bit deep and plays it out to Porro, who's got past Timber, but Timber comes back to cover well, falls to Kudus, and it's 1-0 to Spurs 19 minutes into this final, and that is a long way from ideal. Spurs with the first goal. If I lose a Champions League final to Tottenham, they should probably sack me on the spot. Doesn't matter how we've performed in the league. Doesn't matter that we've made it all the way through to the final. Doesn't matter that we've finished above Spurs in the league. We'll have ended the season with no trophy and handing the Champions League on a plate to Tottenham. I would not survive in the job. I should probably just quit if that happens. Right. This is where extended highlights are going to really trouble me, because I instantly want to go more attacking, but I acknowledge it's 20 minutes in, so I've now got to sit on my hands for a long time. Oh, Ramos very nearly managing to make something out of an immediate reply. Saka is going to look for another outswinger. Please don't play it short to Odegaard. Again, he is, isn't he? If you two end up offside again, you're both fired. Right, Ramos, back to Saka. Saka to Tchouaméni. Stop doing that. Do a proper shot, you bunch of plums. My word. Martinelli's been the best player on the pitch so far for us, by the way, after I was a little critical of him before. Ramos has been rubbish. I mean, Gyökeres is sat there on the bench, ready to come on. All my Football Manager instincts are like, it's probably midway through the second half now. You've been playing quite a long time. Just bring Gyökeres on. 20 minutes to go. We're 20 minutes in. I don't know how much of this is typical extended highlight stuff and how much of it is the dynamic highlights really drawing it out because it's such a huge match. Probably. I mean, I don't even think probably. It's the biggest match in the history of both of these football clubs. It's arguably, in terms of sheer importance for the two clubs involved, I mean, whoever wins is winning their first ever Champions League against their greatest rivals. I don't think there's been a bigger football match in the history of football, surely, in terms of what's at stake for both teams. Martinelli. I mean, he's dancing around and then gives the ball away. That's good work from Gabriel. And now Ramos coming deep, plays it to Odegaard. Odegaard's got nobody ahead of him, but between the two of them, they've kind of muscled it through and it falls to Martinelli. Oh, right. This is taking forever. We're going to change that to key and then go back to dynamic and see what kind of impact it makes, because I don't want this to be a 40-minute video of just one match. We've learned that the combination of extended and dynamic is long. Oh my word. Ben White with a potentially match-saving goal line clearance. And now Saka plays it forward to Odegaard, who's stayed forward and has got the opportunity here to get Tottenham are a little bit stretched. Odegaard can't get past Paulinho. In fact, it's a foul. We have a free kick. It's going to be Saka to take. We've loaded the big boys in the middle. Saliba and Gabriel are both there, as is Timber. Can we find one of them? We can't. We can't even beat the first header. But that is Odegaard, and he absolutely should be testing the goalkeeper there. He'd perfectly positioned himself to pick up the scraps from that free kick and then got himself into a position where he basically had an unchallenged shot on goal from just inside the penalty area. Yes, it was on his weak foot, but at least hit the target. He's absolutely skied it. What a bottle job. And now Spurs knocking it around us again. Kudus. Good. More of that, please, from him. Just flailing it over the crossbar. And now it's back with Raya again, who's given it a little bit of that weird dance that people do. What's that dance called? I don't think it's the robot. What's that dance called? It was like breakdancing moves. I liked it. I'm not against him doing it. Just maybe wait until we're 3-1 up. Right, Martinelli into Timber. And Timber lays it off to Zubimendi, and Odegaard, who's involved in a lot, sprays it out to Saka, who probably could have took that and just got past his fullback. Instead, lays it back to Timber, who has the shot from range. We are being restricted to a lot of long-range efforts, but maybe we'll get the breakthrough of a set piece. It's yet another corner. It's Saka to hit the in-swinger this time at the near post. That's the corner we want. And this time, Saliba does get onto it. Can't really direct it. It's gone straight at the goalkeeper, but if we replicate that move another 2 or 3 times, it's surely going to lead to a goal. Both Gabriel and Saliba have scored from that situation on multiple times this season. It's just not, doesn't feel like we're abusing it. And Saka with the free kick from range. Vicario, frustratingly, seems to be having quite a good game. He's made quite a lot of saves already. 33 minutes gone in this first half, and we need a response before half-time. We started the match really well, but since the Spurs goal, we do seem to be restricted to just these long-range shots, and it's quite the frustration, and that is also frustrating. That, please make it offside, ref. No? Oh, this is a disaster. And I'm blaming it all on the injuries. If we have Costa, Lewis, Skelly and Rice, they don't score there. That doesn't happen. And now they're fouling Martin. Send him off, ref. It's just cheating. I'm very upset with what I'm witnessing. Ramos is having a shocking game. He's on a 6.3. You might not be able to see because he's hiding behind my head, just like he's hiding on the pitch in this match. He's down to a 6.2 now. Gyökeres, get warming up. You're coming on at half-time as it stands, because Ramos is he can't be bothered. Get Mason Mount ready as well. I know Declan can't walk, but we might get him on. Mount can carry him around. Right, Saliba to White. Forward to Saka. We've got to have a response before half-time now. White doesn't know where to go. Plays it across to Timber and now Zubamendi, and Martinelli had a little bit of space but took too long with it. Lays it back into Zubamendi, who also just kind of checks and holds up play. We need to be a little bit more forward-facing. We're just getting into attacking positions, checking back, laying it back to someone on the edge of the penalty area, and they're shooting from range. And it's not what they've been asked to do tactically, because we haven't been doing it all season. We're doing it today because of nerves, I suspect. But it's not pleasing me, and this is very upsetting. I can feel the olays coming through the computer. Right, Martinelli's been fouled again. They are just absolutely battering him out of the game. And now we've got another Bukayo Saka free kick, this time from the left. Plays it short, probably not the right idea on 42 minutes, unless we score from it, in which case the man's a genius. No, not the right idea. Zubamendi hits it over. I think he was offside anyway. Yeah, free kick to Spurs. Hideous. Right, we've got to score here. We need Saka to step up and have a moment. Into the top corner, just there. Oh, the goalkeeper didn't even move. That's the kind of thing that if it was going to be our day, that goes in. It's inches away from being exactly the response we need just on the stroke of half-time. Right, Odegaard to Saka. Saka out to Martinelli, who's got actual space to run into for the first time. And again, he's fouled. I'm getting cross now. How is Porro not even on a yellow card? Every time Martinelli gets the ball, they foul him. Right, Saka with another free kick. We're on the stroke of half-time. Just shoot! Shoot! Oh. Well, if we manage to pull this off and win the Champions League, it's going to go down as one of the great ones, one of the great comebacks. We've been the better team. We're being FM'd by our greatest rivals in the biggest match in club football. That's very upsetting. We're going attacking, and we're taking off Ramos. Gyökeres is coming on. Which is a risk, because there might come a point in the match where I want them both on, but can't do that now. Gyökeres is on. The Ramos experiment is over. Mason Mount's coming on in 10 minutes. I don't know who for, but Saka now with another free kick, plays it across to Odegaard, and now Martinelli. Martinelli's got space. He should score here. He does score here, and no one deserves it more than Martinelli. He has been kicked and battered and bruised, but he's grabbed it. He's grabbed the goal back 1 minute into this second half, and it is on, boys and girls. Finally, one of our set pieces comes off, and that's great work from Martinelli. I like the fact that the defender had his arms behind his back because it was in the penalty area. Nice little animation things, you notice. I've never seen that before in Football Manager. It might have been in there for years and I've never noticed it, but I thought that was quite a nice little animation touch for realism. It's things like that that help with the whole, it feels a bit more like real football thing that I keep harping on about. Right. We still need, obviously, another 5 or 6 goals. I mean, one will do for now. Gyökeres wins the ball back. At least he's had a kick. I don't remember Ramos having one. And now Martinelli down this left-hand side again. And once again, he's absolutely clattered. I think it's a fair tackle this time, but Porro is... I don't understand how Porro's not been booked. Right, Martinelli trying to get in behind again. He did actually get the right side of Porro, but unfortunately the ball was a little bit too heavy and goes out for a goal kick. But the highlight continues. Clearly dynamic highlights. Feels like we're at a moment of tension in this football match and wants to really hammer that tension home. Timber, if he gets booked for that, I am going to be a cross man, because there's so many worse fouls than that from fullbacks in this game, okay? The Tottenham Hotspur fans are furious. Are they? Diddums. Right. Can we have a goal, please? Still, by the way, only 3 minutes into this second half. So there is there's a lot going on. It's end-to-end stuff. Massive tension. Spurs are in again. And that's great defensive work from Tchouaméni. Just getting the blocking challenge in as the shot comes in. It's gone behind for a corner, but saved what very well could have been a goal. Corner comes in, and it says Tchouaméni gets it wrong and can't cut it out. I interpreted that as Timber heading it clear, but what do I know? I'm only watching the football, boys. I'm not the commentary. Believe the text commentary, not me. Right. It looks like Spurs are trying to take the sting out of this, understandably. Just knocking the ball around fairly gently. Timber is going to get booked. And that is, I mean, yeah, it probably is a booking. But the fact that he's the first fullback on the pitch to get a booking, the way Porro has been kicking lumps out of Martinelli, unacceptable. Timber's probably going to get himself sent off in this match. We've got no one else to play at left back. We've got an injured Hincapié on the bench. That's great work from Saka, who might be ending the match at left back. If, oh my word, that was Tchouaméni, just absolutely missed his kick, and now plays it forward to Saka, who, again, is kicked, because that's all Spurs can do, kick our wide plays. We've had so many free kicks. It is ridiculous. Right, White, back to Saliba, and now Gabriel to Timber, and Martinelli, Zubimendi, Martinelli again. And tries to play Zubimendi, and he actually gets there. He's not necessarily got the pace to be particularly useful in a situation like that, but he did get past his man. Unfortunately, just ran out of oomph by the time he got there, and Spurs managed to get it clear. Right, Timber nodding it forward, looking for Martinelli. It ends up bobbling free to Kolo Muani, who evades the challenge from Martinelli. Timber obviously has to be a little bit careful now, because he is on a booking, and it is Timber who wins the ball back very comfortably, but then gives it away. Not like this. What have I just seen? Jurrien Timber has been so good all season. But what's he done here? Oh, no. Oh, they're going to make T-shirts out of that. The only way we save Timber from forever being a meme to Spurs fans is by coming back and winning the football match. Timber to Saka. White can't get there. It's not our day, is it? It just feels like it's not our day. And I'm horrified. Right, Saliba to Gabriel. And now Timber, who's very sad, as you can imagine. Martinelli. Just send him off, ref. Okay, he has actually sent him off. I mean, justice has been done, but so late. We're 3-1 down by the time they've actually dealt with that thug. Right, we've got half an hour now playing against 10 men. That does potentially change things. Zubimendi with the shot. Of course, what it does mean is they're probably going to just park the bus now. So this is that scenario I was talking about before, where I'd quite like to have Ramos on with Gyökeres. Never mind. Saka with the corner. It's headed clear. Comes as far as Odegaard. It's back to Saka again. There's lots of arms up appealing for offside. The flag is up as well. And they've just got to learn the offside rule. They're a bunch of wallies. Right. At some point, we sacrifice one of the back six for another forward. I don't know who or how yet. And we probably don't need to do it until we've got at least one back. There's no point inviting that. Now Spence has come on and just picked up where Porro left off. Oh, Martinelli's got the ball. Just kick him. Absolutely hideous. Right, Saka with yet another free kick. Tchouaméni at the far post. Couldn't get above Kolo Muani, but he's been fouled now. How many fouls? We're so very bruised. Right, Saka. into that far post where Gyökeres is lurking, and it's another good save from Vicario. Ah, he absolutely leathered it as well. Right, Saka with the corner, looking for that near post where Saliba's lurking. It's back with Saliba. That's a poor pass from Saka. And now Spurs knocking the ball around at the back. We'd like the ball back, please. Go on, get the ball back. Saka does get the ball back, and it's Martinelli again. I don't know why Saka was even in that position, but he did win the ball back, so that's jolly nice. And now we continue to attack, and we're trying another one of these long throws with Gabriel to take. And it's actually a decent throw this time, but once again, nothing comes of it. Long throws might not work, at least in their current form in FM26, which is very sad because they work in real life now. Everyone in real life has started doing them, and they've finally broken them in the game. Right, White. Loads and loads of space over here. He can pick his spot. And of course, his spot is getting fouled. Paulinho immediately put his tracksuit on and walked off there. Oh, he was substituted. I thought he'd been sent off as well and morphed into a tracksuit man. Right. It's another poor free kick from Saka. Look at the state of these match stats. It is very upsetting. Right. We need to get more men forward somehow. We've got Wanyeri, Madueke, Mount, Eza. We've got plenty of options. If we've got Timber... See, what I'm thinking is we lose one of these and Timber, they can just become a back three and Timber can join in with that. But Timber's the one on a yellow card, so Timber's the one logically to take off. I think we take off Timber and bring on Mason Mount, who has been excellent since arriving. And we want him up here. I mean, that should be fine now. Can we then make him... We kind of want him to drift a little wider. We want that, basically, don't we? Where's wide centre-back? Can we not have wide centre-back? That's the kind of shape we want. And then you be a second striker. I mean, I guess what we can actually say here is let's do in possession, out of possession properly. Tchouaméni drops in there. And then we kind of drop back to that. That's what we'll... In which case we leave them like that and we just don't have a left back. Gabriel goes over and covers there when we're defending. Terrible idea? Maybe. But we need to get back into the game somehow. Who else have we got that we can bring on? Who's not playing well? Zubimendi, Tchouaméni. We don't... It's attacking changes we need to make. Right. We'll give it 5 minutes. And then we've got Eza, we've got Wanyeri. We just bring fresh legs on. Right, come on, chaps. Do something. Please. Ben White. To Saka. Saka across to Odegaard. Surely, Timber. Ah! Oh, Colomwani's just crumbled. And Tchouaméni kicks Johnson. It's all getting a little bit clumsy and rough out there, isn't it? Playing against these 10 men. Right, I don't even know who Thompson is. They're playing 10 men. One of them, I guess, is the kit man. They've also left a man with a tracksuit on the pitch. That feels like cheating. Right, can we do a goal, please? Let's make it interesting. Martinelli, who is probably about to come off despite playing very well. We just need fresh legs out there. And poor Gabriel having to deal with the kit man now. Oh, no. Oh, right. More changes. Who have we got? Wanyeri, Madueke, Eze. Okay. Odegaard's tired, so that's an easy one. Saka and Martinelli's all right. Saka's tired, so that's an easy one. I think this is my last stoppage, isn't it? And then we're also going to go very attacking. You know what? We are going to bring on another attacker. We are just going to throw players at it now. We're going to take off Zubamendi and bring on Madueke. And we're going to go to this. We're going to stick Madueke up there. And you go up there like that. Yeah, and we do that. So Zubamendi for Madueke, where is he? And we might even leave them forward and do that. I mean, we're throwing everything at it. Oh, hold on, this back four probably. Actually, you know what? They can go into a 4. In fact, when we've got the ball, you know what? Stick him there. Get him further forward. There we go. Kev does tactics. 15 minutes to go. All out attack. Just do something, you wallies, please. Right. Forward. We're playing against 10 men, and need I remind you, those 10 men all play for Tottenham. We can't let this happen. Right, Saliba. Out to Gabriel. And now Madueke, fresh onto the pitch, plays it forward to Eze, who lays it into Martinelli. Good work from Martinelli. Oh! Oh, my word. I don't think it's happening for us today, is it? Look at the match stats. We've absolutely been FM'd in a Champions League final. I'm very sad. I've decided I don't like FM26 after all. Purely because of this football match. Goodness me. Unless everything changes. It would be one of the great comebacks if it can change now. Maybe I'm just being trolled. Right, White, forward to Wanyeri. And now Eze's got loads of space. Plays it back to... What a 1-2 that is from them two. Right, White is the man over because we've left him forward. Tchouaméni. All the way back to Gabriel. I mean, there's so many players further forward. If you don't play it back here, get the ball to the attacking football boys. Right, Madueke. Madueke again, into Eze. Eze, try... I mean, why is Gyökeres not moved? Hideous. Mount's the furthest player forward here. Mason Mount wants another Champions League trophy, clearly. Right, Saliba, forward to Martinelli. Martinelli, out to Madueke. This is a decent move. Madueke, just drill it across goal. We've got so many players in there. Good work from Madueke. We've got a corner. Get the keeper forward. Let me go forward. We've got 2 players running out to take it right. It's going to be Eze to take. Plays it in. And it's headed clear. And it's heartbreaking. White. Don't know why he's back when we're attacking a corner. I guess we've got no one smaller than him on the pitch. We're a bunch of big boys. Right, Saliba. Stop faffing about now. Get the ball forward. White to Wanyeri. And now White again. And Saliba to Tchouaméni. To Eze. To Mount. Gyökeres. Madueke. Oh my goodness. I don't like dynamic highlights. It makes it too stressful. We've been going half an hour on key highlights, supposedly. This is, for anyone questioning why we don't do dynamic highlights in normal videos, this is why. We'd be here a month. Oh. I mean, if the dynamic highlights were actually dynamic, they'd probably just finish the game now. We're 2-1 down. We're throwing the kitchen sink at it and it's not working. I don't know. We need to watch the kitchen sink be thrown if nothing's going to come of it. By all means, if we grab a goal back, give me plenty of attention. Show me the last 5 minutes in full. If we're only chasing one goal, but chasing two, I don't know that we need to see every minute of the match, but I think we're going to. Ranieri's now being told off. Not a naughty boy. What a naughty boy. Oh dear. Right. Last chance saloon. 90 minutes on the clock. 5 minutes of time added on. And Gyökeres has absolutely fluffed his lines. I mean, we've had so many good opportunities in this match. And we've just been a bunch of bottle jobs. It is utterly hideous. I am not going to be able to show my face in North London ever again. And, I mean, deservedly so. But a few of these boys should be on that list as well. Because there's been a few bottlers out here today. Because there's been chances. Well, I really hope. There's a bug apparently where you don't always see trophy lifts. Goodness me, I've never wanted a bug so much. I can't sit here and watch Spurs lift the trophy. I just want to go home. Right, what's the point of scoring now? I mean, it would be so utterly pointless if we scored now. Imagine if we scored twice though. Don't give me hope. It's going to give me hope, isn't it? We're going to score from this. Right, it's Eza to take. We don't even get the hope. Just blow the whistle now. At this point, dynamic highlights, blow the whistle. 96.5 minutes on the clock. We're only playing 5 and we've got to score twice. Oh dear. Well, I guess this sets us up. I mean, we've got to see the animation because we haven't seen it yet. It's beautiful. Oh, I can't believe this. Well, it'll just make it all the sweeter when we win it next. Tomorrow is the transfer window. We've got to build a team capable of winning this and the league next year because we're only doing one more season before the full game is out. And this first season, fair to say, hasn't quite gone to plan. Don't have that on there as my formation after the match. That's not representative of what we did and why we lost. I'll see you tomorrow, boys and girls. I'm going to have a cry.